And welcome to the ACL Throwdown. I'm Ryan Alessio with you. In just a few moments, I'm going to be joined by Eric the Reaper Ryder as he has joined the team. He is now part of the advisory board. He's a player and many other things to discuss with him. But before we get started, I want to tell you about the sponsor of this Throwdown, the new ACL Swag Shop. So basically, we got a store now. All you got to do is go to iPlayACL.com, click on the shop, select the apparel. You can get different varieties of logos, colors, anything you want, so make sure you check it out. Get your swag today at iPlayACL.com. And I'm going to bring on Eric right now, so I just want to say, hey, congratulations on being on the advisory board now.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. I'm glad to be here.
All right, so I know we got a lot of things here. Stacy gave me a very detailed list, so we're going to do our best.
I have the same list.
Do you have the same list? Good. Good. All right, let's start here. I know there were some events we're going to get to here, but I want to ask you about the Bull City National that we had. So tell me about that.
Well, that was Bull City was in Lexington, North Carolina. We had a crew cup on Friday night, and that's an event that I played in region national number 2 that I really enjoyed. It's the format for the crew cup is alternating throws. You have two of your teammates on one side and you and your teammate on the other, on the same side. And basically, you alternate throws with the other team. It's a great event. If anybody has not had a chance to participate in that, it's usually on the Friday nights on some of these nationals that we've had. It's not going to be every national, but when you do get a chance to play the crew cup, especially in COBS at the end of the year, I highly, highly suggest you get involved in that. It's a fun event, and the feedback on that from all the players has been great. So, again, that went off very well. We had the blind draw that we have after the crew cup on Friday night. Again, that went very, very well. Everybody seemed to enjoy that. The host city and the Bull City, they were fantastic all weekend. They really catered to us. They had a great venue, and things went off. Thanks to Stacy and Shane, things really, really went well throughout that whole entire weekend. And so going into next morning, we had some what they call deck-arounds, and the deck-arounds are the part of the qualifiers now for some of these nationals. So a player will throw back and forth 10 times and keep track of that score. Obviously, 1 in the hole is 3, 1 on the board is 1, and then you keep your total. Now the top places that qualified would go into the singles open pool play, or not pool play, but bracket play. And then from there, after the singles, then we went into the doubles. And but man, I got to play in the singles open. Unfortunately, I had to play Jamie Graham at one point. Jamie ended up winning it. Kudos to Jamie. He played well all weekend. He's a tough competitor. Man, he's really found his groove in the last year or so. So he's one of the better players. Obviously, love him or hate him, he's part of the big 3. And a lot of people are, whether you're tired of hearing it or not, they're here to stay for a while. So on top of that, he ended up winning the open singles. He played against Smokey Bolin. Smokey was another guy that has been around for a while. He's really, really, he's a tough competitor, man. When he gets on a roll, he lost his first match against Derek Holland, I believe, and then he just rolled right through the losers bracket to get to Jamie. Now he ended up winning the first game in the finals. Was looking for that double dip, kind of went up in the second game, and he was playing really, really well. Jamie ended up getting his stuff together in that second game and never looked back once he took the lead. So it was a great finals match to watch. I also had the pleasure of playing Smokey in that, so he was the one who eliminated me as well. So I got to play both of them. So, but all in all, singles was great. Had Jordan Langworthy there. He ended up coming in third, and then one of the other one of the others of the big three, Tyler Poitras, he ended up coming in fourth. And then we also had the competitive singles as well. So if you didn't make the open singles, you got to play in the competitive. And the competitive is not much different than the open in terms of competition, because you really had some people that maybe didn't play well in the deck around or do well in their score, but they're still one of the top pros. For instance, Dave Wright. I mean, come on, Dave's one of the better players around. Shane Andrews. Shane's been playing forever. I started playing, when Shane had been playing for years. He's part of that Gas House crew, me as well. But they battled it out in the competitive finals, and Shane got the best of Dave in the first game, and then Dave got him in the last game there. And then off we went to doubles. Tyler and Trevor Brooks, Tyler Poitras and Trevor Brooks, they rolled right into the finals. They were a real tough team. Again, they're two of the big three that I know everybody doesn't want to hear about, but you're gonna keep hearing about them. And so they rolled into the finals, and the father-son duo of Eric Davis and Robbie Davis, man, they had to come a long way through that losers bracket. They had to play some tough teams and beat some tough teams, the likes of me and Roger Wright as well. So they played fantastic, and they were really, really tough. They ended up losing in the finals, but kudos to them. They made a nice run as well. So all in all, I think the event, the national number 3 was a great success. I look forward to number 4 in Norfolk, Virginia.
All right, we'll talk about that in a second here, but since Bull City went off, let's give you an updated look at the standings real fast, and you can find these on iPlayACL.com, and they're conveniently right on the front page now. A lot of improvements to the website, too, if you haven't checked it out recently. So let me give you the top 10. This is the singles right now, and if I butcher your name, I say it every time. I apologize. I'm from Western PA. Reading was optional in some places. So we got Joe Tatter, number 1. Number 2, Jimmy Allegra. We got Alan Rockwell at 3, Brian Lynn at 4, Derek Holland at 5, Seth Udi at 6, tied with you. Is that you? Tied at 6? I see that.
Yeah.
We got Terry Stidham at 8, and then we got 2 people tied at, I guess you could consider it 9 or 10, however you want to look at it. Do-Rag, the only man without an actual name on here, and Mickey Pope. So there you go. That'll round out your singles. Now overall, number 1 is Alan Rockwell. Number 2, Brian Lynn. Number 3, Jimmy Allegra. Number 4, Mickey Pope. Number 5, Joe Tatter. Number 6, Derek Holland. Number 7, Jordan Kamba. Number 8, James Baldwin. Number 9, Junior. Oh, I'm going to screw it up. Crisco. I bet hopefully that's how you say that. If not, it sounds like I'm making fun of him. And then number 10, Marius Akui. Do you know am I saying that right?
That's what I assume so.
Okay. So when you look at these standings for the singles and overall, the top 10 of each, anything surprise you with them?
There's a few surprises and few not so surprises. I mean, you got the likes of Rocky, James Baldwin. I mean, those two are in the Virginia area, and Jordan Kamba, those three together. Obviously, Jordan Kamba had won a national, I think it was national number 2. Those guys are always going to be at the top. They're perennial top pros, great people to have around. Then you got guys like Brian Lynn. Now, Brian is a consistent, tough player. I've played against Brian many times. I've had my share of good luck against him, but I've also had my butt handed to me a few times as well. So, but him and Mickey Pope, I mean, Joe Tatter, those guys, those 3 guys, you can never relax when you play for the likes of those guys. Of course, you got Jimmy Allegra, who is part of the Gas House crew with Derek Holland and myself, and obviously you have other players in that group as well. But the way Derek Holland's playing lately, he is going to be tough. You know, he made his mark last year at Cherokee.
Oh yeah.
Played very well. So he's just keeps rolling with that this year. So he's on a roll right now. He's in his zone. And I don't expect that to let up anytime soon. So, yeah.
Sounds good. I just want to let everyone know, too, you still have time to join and compete to become ACL Elite. So even if you haven't joined yet, you still can. Moving on here, I understand there's been some mid-season improvements made to the player guide. In addition to paid members getting 1,000 points, what else do we got that's new?
Well, in terms of the player's guide, we've made some improvements on there. I've worked with Stacy and some of the other guys, Dave, and getting input on how we can better, for lack of a better word, dumb it down a little bit, because at times it can be very confusing to some that are trying to get into the ACL. How do I get into the ACL? How do I get points? How do I make it to Cherokee? If I don't get enough regionals, can I still get into Cherokee? And all that is in the player's guide that we've just sent out revisions for. It's all out there. It's on the website. We also have revised the schedule. We've charted it down, so you can go in there and you can look at the chart on the player's guide and see, okay, I'm ranked, 16. Am I qualified to play in the pool play? Okay, I'm automatically qualified for the pool play. I can move into the the second round of 256, where they have the triple elimination brackets. I don't want to go into too much detail right now, other than we've made some great improvements to the player's guide. I am going to take some time on another live feed and go through not only the COBS schedule, some of the player's guides, especially on how to qualify. I think that's a big issue or a big question mark for a lot of people. So we're going to clear that up going forward. Can continue to have those Q&A sessions, so to speak, so people can really understand, okay, what do I need to do to get to Cherokee? Once I get there, what events can I play in? There's events starting on Tuesday all the way through Saturday. If I show up Tuesday, can I play in all these different events? All that is spelled out in the player's guide, but like I said, I am going to have some live feed Q&A sessions where I can lay it all out. If I have to do it on a whiteboard, I will. If I have to, because I get questions all the time, as do many of the other directors. But once you fully understand it, it'll all make sense.
Sounds good. Center yourself a little bit. I feel like you're like sliding down the couch on me. There you are.
Okay.
I was trying to send you text messages too. I was like, I think he's sliding off the couch. Welcome back. So moving on here, let's see. We got the upcoming nationals in Norfolk. We got Phoenix, Vegas. Those are going to be awesome. The next two are going to be involved with charities, which I always like to see. Norfolk and Vegas will be on ESPN3, which I'll be out there. So we're giving out a lot of cash. We're helping charities. Tell me about all these events coming up.
Well, yes, Norfolk, Virginia, March 3rd and 4th. Cornhole for a Cure. You can go on the website. You can register on the website. There is a tournament during the day on Saturday, in addition to the open singles and open doubles that you can register and you can play in. Again, this is part of it's for charity, so we're really trying to raise some money for Cornhole for a Cure. And again, that's March 3rd and 4th in Norfolk, Virginia. All the information as far as hotels, as far as venues, costs, all that is out on the website as well. You can also go on Facebook. You can go to the event pages on Facebook as well and get all the information you need. Norfolk should be a great event. Expect a good, really good sized crowd as far as players go, and people that aren't really tied to the ACL, so to speak, because of the charity event that's going to be taking place. So we're gonna have a nice venue there. They're getting the production crew is going to be set up for ESPN3. They're really they've taken some pages out of the book from when they did that in Akron. They're going to set it up really, really nice in Virginia, and they're going to broadcast on ESPN3. So stay tuned for that, because that'll be a nice tournament. It'll be something that, again, if you can't go, you can at least watch some of your favorite players play on ESPN3.
Yeah, that'll be go ahead.
Yeah. No, and then I was just going to go, from there, you go to Phoenix, Arizona. There's going to be national number 5. And again, there's going to be, with that, there's another charity piece of that. And then on to Vegas on national number 6. And then the last nationals, we're not sure where it's going to end up. But we're still working on those. Now, Vegas is another one that's going to be, like you mentioned, on ESPN3. That's going to be a big event out there. We do have a large contingent of West Coast players now, which is great. I know this Cornhole originally started in, the eastern part of the United States, but it's really, really running rampant now through the western part. Arizona, California, places like that, it's really starting to grow. So we're looking forward to Vegas. Again, that's going to be broadcast on ESPN3, and there's going to be a guaranteed prize pool, I believe, of $5,000. So that'll be a nice addition to that tournament as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I love the amount of money we give out for playing cornhole. Like, I never thought you would see, grand prizes or weekends where $50,000 was given away to people and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy how well the sport is growing, and I'm excited to be there in Norfolk. I'll be there with Cito Soto. We'll be doing the broadcast on ESPN3, and I got the schedule right here. The singles are going live at noon, and doubles going live at 6. So basically all day full of cornhole there on ESPN3, and the last big new item is the releasing of the Championship of Bags 2016 schedule, or 17 schedule, and the opening of registration for events quickly. So give me some highlights on the registration for the 2017 COBS.
Well, like you said, registration is out there. You can go ahead and pre-register, which we encourage everybody to do. We know that depending on how many regionals you've played in and how many nationals you played in, that will help determine what your cost is going to be. So I know some of you are going to have to wait to be able to do that, but there are other events that you can pre-register for. They have the mixed doubles, they have women's, they have juniors, they have championship for the deaf. There's a number of different events out there, competitive singles, competitive doubles. There's a number of events that you can go and you can pre-register for. Like I said, the open singles, which is the $20,000 event, and the open doubles, the $10,000 event. Those, I know some of you are going to have to wait because you want to see, how you qualify and where you do qualify. Will I have to play in pool play? And again, some of that stuff in terms of how do I qualify? What do I have to pay? Again, I'm going to go into very much more detail in other Q&A sessions, but you can go out to the website. Like I said, there's so many events on that schedule from Tuesday to Saturday. I mean, you don't have to play in the open singles and open doubles to be able to play a week of cornhole. Obviously, you want to, the idea is to try and play in those bigger ones, the open singles and open doubles. But just because you don't qualify, or if you get into pool play and you don't qualify in there, there's other ways that you can make money, and compete.
Yeah, and you know what? We always talk about how inclusive cornhole is for everybody, no matter what. And then you mentioned things like the new events, the American Deaf Cornhole Championships, Social Seniors, Junior Championships, all those things. So it's like, we really try to make it so everybody can play this game. There is no requirement in any way, shape, or form to play this sport. So that's what's nice about it, too.
Yeah, and we're trying to encourage, as directors, we want all levels of people to play. We want backyarders to play. We want people that, just go out in the backyard, drink a beer, and throw up some bags. But we want to be able to provide, a venue, provide, an opportunity for them to get to play and compete against other players of their level. So we're really the regionals. Every month we're trying to include some competitive divisions, some social divisions in that. We're highly, I know Dave up in Cleveland Cornhole, he does a great job of really promoting that competitive and that social division, something that I hope to be able to work on a little bit more this year. But in the end, like you said, there's an event for everybody come Cherokee time. And in between playing, throwing bags, you want to go downstairs and throw some money in the slot machines. That can't hurt either. You never know.
Well, all right. 2017 has been great so far. We got more announcements coming. This is just the beginning. Thank you, Eric, for joining us. And we're going to have an interview with you. People are going to have to be on the lookout for that's going to be pretty good. And you have one job now. You know this, right? You got to end it. So let's see how you debut with ending this show.
Well, I have two things.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't need to go out of angle of the camera, but the two things that I had were
You got a tagline you got to get in there too.
Yeah, I was going to, but I better be careful. Anyways, really, get in where you fit in and throw it down. That's what it's all about. That's what the ACL is all about. Get in where you fit in and throw it down. Have fun. And that's what the ACL is all about.
All right. Well, thank you very much to the newest member of the board. We got Eric, the Reaper Ryder, and I look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Ryan.
All right. Make sure you check us out, iPlayACL.com, and check out that new store as well.